Update 1 on Typhoon Maria here, about 300 miles to the southeast of Japan. Currently with winds of 75 miles an hour, that's 65 knots with a minimum pressure of 972 millibars. Here's the most recent satellite imagery. A bit of the convection fading in the center of Maria as it heads to the north-northeast now, passing just north of 30 degrees north, expected to at some point or another turn and go due west. Some models showing it making landfall very surprisingly near the Tokyo metropolitan area, others farther north in Honshu. This is the official cone from the JTWC. They show it going farther north near Misawa, making landfall more than likely at probably around 60 to 65 miles an hour. They show it peaking at 85 knots. I do believe that is 95 or 100 miles an hour. Here are the models here. You see there is Maria right there, front and center. If we just go, it deepens a good another 8 millibars, probably category 2 status, and then deepens again. It's a peak of, looking like here, 962 depressions maybe, just to the southeast of Maria. But by this time, it's slowed down and are starting to track to the east now as it moves to the west now as it moves west, then with probably a category 1 or 2 landfall near the Tokyo region. If I just pull up the GFS thing on Maria, see there it is. There is probably the Tokyo metropolitan region right in there. It makes landfall, I would have to estimate 50, 60 miles north of the Tokyo metropolitan area. Then moves through, then I don't know. This would be interesting because I've never seen a tropical cyclone in the Sea of Japan, but looks like it, if I just turn on the SIR here, it might be a remnant low by then. There it is. Quite a wide eye as it moves into Japan. Then it probably dissipates, moving near the North Korea, China, Russia border. So, see, according to the GFS weekly landfall, they're probably about 65 knots. That's borderline typhoon strength. If I look at H-Wharf, they have it moving probably a good 150 miles north. Tokyo might not get much of the impacts, but they'll still probably get some gusty winds and probably some heavy rain bands. This shows it as a much weaker system in terms of winds. In terms of pressure, it's a tad stronger. Here showing it with a minimum pressure of 959 millibars, but only with winds of 65 miles an hour, and it actually only shows it briefly becoming a typhoon, which it actually has become a typhoon. Look at the simulated satellite imagery. Very condensed core there. Does briefly become an eye before moving into Japan. If we look at the HAFS B, and they don't have it yet. If we look at the HAFS A model, they don't have the SSI apparently. They show it much, much stronger, probably almost down into the 940s. Showing it then moving, probably this is the farthest south model I've seen, probably just about equal with the Tokyo metropolitan area. Brings probably tropical storm force winds to the area. If I just the radar and M-slip there, so you see, yeah, that's some extremely heavy rains moving into Tokyo, probably staying there for probably a good maybe 12, 15 hours before moving into the Sea of Japan. No, I want GFS. GFS. Looking at the global models here, aside from Maria, we have the remnants of Hurricane Debbie. Did not make landfall as a hurricane, but did peak as a hurricane. So we just skim through here. We do see a system forming around day 5 to 6, so not too far out, moving through the Lesser and Greater Antilles, becoming probably a Category 1 or 2 before moving north, recurving, and going out extratropical. No other systems are forecast to form the Atlantic, although this could become something. However, that is out on day 14 there, so I highly doubt that. In the okay, oh, there we go. In the Eastern Pacific, we see there's the remnants of Emilia moving out. A storm, I don't see anything moving there. Oh, I didn't see that on the Atlantic side, but a small system forming. The next two names on the Atlantic naming list are Ernesto and Francine. On the East Pacific name list, they are Gilma and Hector. As we move into the Western Pacific, you see there is Maria moving into Japan. Two depressions could form. One of them may become a tropical storm. Then just an explosion of storms, probably depression, depression, depression. There's a named storm. Next name is Son-Tin, becomes a major typhoon almost, slams into South Korea, and then moves again into Japan. And mind you, that's maybe 5 or 6 days after Maria could hit that area, and then just another just explosion of depressions and storms and everything, looking in the North Indian Ocean as to be expected. Not really anything. And for the rest of the Indian Ocean, as expected for this time of the... Why? Why is there a cyclone forming this early? Like, it's... These two would probably be quite weak if they do form. I doubt they're... That's probably around day 7 or 8, maybe closer to 9 or 10. But, without further ado, that is Tropical Storm Debbie. Here's Maria. That was update 1 on Typhoon Maria.